So there are timestamps in case you want to skip forward, although this is probably the year you're going to stay because I just realized to myself as I was reviewing the settlement, I need a blight post. So, and I don't have any blanks to make the blight post. I could probably knock another building down, but I don't think I want to do that. So, what else I want to do is probably something along the lines of, well, first getting the blight post, but also, yeah, the reason why I say that is because I want to cleanse. We might just end up tearing down, and yeah, because of that, we're going to get a lot of blight rot cysts. Now, I would like the reputation point, but it'll probably take me too long to set up both the blight post and then make purging fire, and then make more purging fire so that I can deal with the blight rot cysts. Because we're on prestige 3, we're about to get 6 cysts. Now, I think in the last video I said I could make use of baptism of fire, but if I can't handle all of the cysts anyway and people end up dying, that's yeah, that's not good either. So with that said, yeah, we do need to get on this blight post immediately. Unfortunately, yeah, we're gonna take a harpy away from the fishing hut, and I think we'll just take the tear down option instead, because right on top of that, while Jorg is coming, we're probably, again, like I said, we're probably not going to be able to get much purging fire. Let's see what Jorg actually sells, though. Also, I forgot to accept the thingy-majiggy, which our cornerstone, which there isn't a lot to do with it. Do we have a porridge option, by the way? No, we don't. I could field kitchen porridge, but that would be a little weird. We do need complex food, I think, for Hostility 3, yeah. So basically, in year 4, we're going to have to deal with that. And we don't really have much else. Now, yeah, we'll see. Because I did want to cut into this Forbidden Glade at some point in our lives. Unfortunately, yeah, also making the small warehouse would have been great. We'll try to do that during clearance. We do have to focus on the blight post for this season. That's probably going to take up most of my deliberation, my thinking. So, you know, for every units of drizzle water produced. Yeah, if we have to, although saying that, let me just check one more thing before I resume the game. Never mind, you can't make porridge at the field kitchen. I'm going absolutely insane. So, instead, we're just going to take the... we'll take 1 villager per glade. As we can see, I can't even do stuff. Also, I didn't enable planks. Not that we have a lot of wood anyway. Where is it all going again? Oh my goodness. I know I just did the resume the game, but oh, we're just burning it in the hearth. Okay. And also we only have 1 woodcutter's camp active, so that's kind of why I'm dealing with some problems. So, we have the amber. We do have the amber. I should probably buy this cookhouse. Let's see here, though. Let me just make sure. Planting crops is faster. I want that as well. And we don't have a cornerstone that reduces the cost. Now, that being said, I probably do just want to buy this cookhouse if for no other reason than to have another source of complex food available. But we'll see. For every 2 mushrooms, get an insect. And we do have a mushroom, a 2-star mushroom node, but unfortunately, we don't have much else. So, while I could buy this cookhouse, the question is, am I going to be using it? I probably do want to use it. Yeah, so we're just going to buy that and the building and planting crops. Now, after that, though, I should probably just buy, and we do need packs of crops as well, so I can just buy this grain to turn it into packs of crops, essentially turning my amber into the ancient seal order. Am I able to do that, by the way? Because it's 6 per 2, so 36 wheat, I think. Yeah, 36 wheat, and we have to not touch it. Thankfully, it doesn't get consumed, so even if we had something for consumption control, thankfully, it's not going to be so bad. But I do want to be careful here still. And then I can use berries for packs of provisions, but I don't think I want to do that quite yet. So, I could grab more complex food. We are running out of food. I could also use amber so that I don't get as many cysts. But let me just take a quick look around at what's happening to me. So, humans, foxes, and then harpies. Out of curiosity, if I wanted to, could I get all of the complex food? Just at least to handle, because then I could, yeah, I could not avoid not. No, the answer is kind of no. Let's cut this down to 20 instead, so I'm not, because I want to use these building materials for the seal order. So I think I'd rather do something like this. That being said, I don't mind giving a bit of clay to this, but anywho. And the seal order is of importance, but we need to deal with the blight post problem first. We also would like to use this fertile soil, but that'll be a something for later. So with that complex food, I'm gonna do this so I don't get as many cysts, but we're gonna set up the rest of this thingy. So I think we'll just end up putting this warehouse here. Actually, well, first off, yeah, that is a bit of a. This is a bit of a weird situation to be in. I could put it here. The hearth. I could just put it over this mine too. It's not like I really need this salt, but... Huh. So to avoid that, I could just... So this is going to be really, really painful for me, but I think I want to do this instead. Because I would need to cut these 3 trees to make a little bit of space. I don't know. I don't have to do it that way, and I'm not going to make the hearth yet anyway, but... let's just do some stuff. So we're going to move the woodcutter's camp even farther, which is going to cause some... I'm not going to get a lot of wood. That's what I'm trying to say. And if that's the case, I should just leave the 1 fox in there. But we do need the blight post ASAP. I'll keep saying that until, because we need to use it, but... Yeah, hold on. Let me just think about... Probably move these human houses instead. And then we'll toss this blight post here. Basically, when I get more villagers, things will be a lot nicer. But until that happens, we're going to deactivate this really quickly, by the way. Technically, that was a big pause timestamp, but future Jordan will deal with that. So with that said... Yeah, we're going to get some blight rot cysts, but I think we can deal with it. Yeah, and we don't have a lot of fuel. I mean, I do have sea marrow. We should burn that. I'm going to sacrifice the sea marrow instead. And I'm probably just going to burn... Yeah, let's burn the coal here. Now, the problem still is that we... Where did these planks go? Oh. Wait, no, where do these planks go? Well, alright. Because of that, let's actually... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. We're supposed to make packs across... Actually, that's not as important. We need to cut trees. Oh, I was supposed to... I should have actually... You know what I should have done? I should have bought planks from Jorg. If Jorg was selling planks. That was what I was thinking of doing. But that didn't happen. So, whoops. I do want this brick production to continue, so what do I need this algae for? I don't remember. I think I just wanted to use it, and that's let's try to gather what we need right now instead. That would probably be the better decision. And yeah, here come the success, I believe. But in the meanwhile. Yeah, we'll continue cutting here just for a little while longer, but... yeah, there are not really as many abyss. I mean, there are 2 big trees here, but... While we're sitting here, let's just deal with it. But we do need to immediately make this hearth ASAP, because if we don't, really bad things are going to happen during the storm. In fact, I think we do lose, yeah. 5 cysts, oh, 5 cysts. Well, either way, it's bad. It's bad. So, in a hot moment. So we don't really need to build anything else at the moment. But, except for this blight post, obviously, but we'll see. Is it this farm that's causing more cysts to appear? Well, until that moment happens. Yeah, we are, unfortunately, dealing with a lot of bad stuff. And we're sacrificing all of our... Well, yeah, so... It's really bad. It's really bad. It's really bad. We're in a really bad situation here. Yeah, we'll split the difference here, but I think we do everything we can to make as many purging fires as possible. Yeah, we do whatever we can. We might not even make it here. Oh my goodness, I did not enable packs of crops. I'm going crazy. Move this woodcutter's camp over here. And you guys can help out, because 2 here would speed things up quite a bit. Yeah. And then we can grab that porridge. We should be consuming everything? Oh, we were not. Well, hey, we'll consume this complex food now then. But... yeah, after this year, we are going to be dealing with a lot of pain. So unless I get everything set up, and that's partly why I want to keep these bricks being used to make the thing. Also, we're just going to use copper ore in the meanwhile, but we'll try to prioritize bricks. I'll do my best. But while we're doing that, so we're going to, if we had something available there, we're going to disable it. And what is this fox going to do? We'll have this fox help make packs of crops. Anything else? Against my better judgment, I'm going to not call the next trader. And see what happens. Now that being said, we do need packs of provisions as well, so that's right. I think I wanted to use a thing. Well, too late. And we need to keep cutting these trees. We need these. We need the wood. Now this tree is going to run out very quickly, but until that happens, let's see. Can we put another hearth over here? No, we need more planks. Oh, pain. Not that the next trader is selling any, so yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, we're gonna use all of our fuel for so wood is going to be used for the hearth. I need to make planks, but we need the purging fire right now. That's the first word. We don't need that much purging fire, but let's just make sure we have enough. I'm pretty sure even with just a few we have enough, but hey. So with that said, we will do that. We don't have enough coal anyway, but we'll let them use the rest of this fuel sitting here. And I should actually set more in here. So you're taking a break. We'll put you back in the clothier, but we'll put these other foxes on fire duty. Blight rot burning duty. Blight rot burning duty. And then I have other humans sitting around somewhere. The stonecutter's camp. I don't want to slow this down, but we'll put this harpy and this fox that are making packs of crops over in the thing. Also, Plague of Darkness. So, storm season is burning. Foxes are in pain, but not much I can do about that at the moment. And we need planks anyway, so... Oh my goodness, there are 2 cysts over on this warehouse. Pain. Well, we should be able to handle that. I'm going to grab these villagers now. Yeah, I'm going to grab these villagers now. So, we desperately need the thing here. I think year 4 I'm just going to cut into the small glade. So, doing that, we're going to cut into the small glade. We want to cut over this way, though. The reason is because if I'm going to put a hearth here, we want to make use of this space. That's the end of the sentence. We do have more villagers as well, so let's make planks again, but let's replace the brickyard power. And this isn't... yeah, we're not going to really get much done here, but I think we'll be relatively okay. Now, we are missing bricks now, but yeah, so we can probably slow this down. Slow down the production of building materials. And we'll see. I hope this complex food holds. It should be able to hold, but we'll find out. And packs of provisions, maybe? Yeah, packs of provisions. So we need 12. We might as well try to get the seal order done now. That way I can focus on everything else. That being said, I do need trade routes as well, but that's going to have to wait. End of sentence. We are also missing housing, but we can't... okay, well, actually, we can make housing. I'm going absolutely insane. And yeah, that should be enough cysts, so we'll move on. But yeah, we need to... yeah, we basically... I basically want to have... I want to continue to use 2 woodcutters camps. Also noting that I have not made the beacon tower yet. But we can make coats, so let's just make use of the resin and cloth fabric we have. Wait, did we use it all somewhere? We did use it all somewhere. Well, hey. Oh, we brought it all towards this thing. Never mind. Alright, I guess we're not doing that. We'll let them make these 2 coats first, but then we'll disable coats right after. My mistake. So, yeah, we ran out of paste, but if we can get these... no. I think we'll just take the harpy hit. We might lose 2 harpies, actually. And we can't sacrifice in the hearth. What we can do is this, but I don't think... yeah, they have to be working on something for us to do this, to make use of this here. So, never mind. Yeah, we just take the harpy hit. Actually, they're delivering... there's fabric in here? Gosh dang it. There are more berries here, and a sea marrow node, which I actually want to make use of. But we'll let the rest of this clay node go first before we do stuff. Now, I really hope that they finish this harpy house in time, but I don't think I'm going to make that. Oh, that's right. Extra foxes, I don't need that right now. Actually, let's do this instead. And what do we do? For every 20 sea marrow, gain 2 amber, gain 3 packs of provisions for every new villager. That'll synergize. I want to take golden marrow for the amber, but no, that's probably not going to happen. Well, I could sell that fabric. Yeah, we're not making use of the trade routes. Unfortunately, we lose a harpy here, but could have been a lot worse. So craftsman will replace that question mark. Craftsman? Oh, crude workstation? Well, I don't remember. Anywho. I should have actually accepted these orders earlier. Burn 18 cysts. That will happen. And yeah, I'd rather that than the alternative. Value of goods sold or caches. Oh, I'm not finding any caches, by the way. Do I hope? I guess I just hope. No, we are not doing that. The coat order is something we can try to do, but that assumes we have enough fabric. But I guess we'll see, won't we? It would be nice to also make the rest of these provisions, which we are making. But we have another problem on our hands. So, as this next harpy might leave, do we have enough houses for that? No, we don't. We could have avoided this. Yeah, we could have avoided that. We also have a lot of free builders, but Yeah, so the coats thankfully saved me for this season, but it's not gonna save me for long. And we do need these we do want I do want this extra hearth, so we'll try to make it. Now at this point I should have considered putting a human on the hearth. Yeah, I think I will do that. So let's continue cutting here. We don't have any paths, but that's fine for the moment. We'll put a human on the hearth this time, though. That hurts my hauling efficiency, but that's not something I'm too worried about at the moment. So, yeah. But knowing that, let us look at what we can do. We do have a cookhouse. We need more planks, though. It's always a plank problem for me. Help. I think I just sell this. I'm just going to sell this fabric. I shouldn't have done that, but we're just going to do it. And yeah, we really need to figure out a way to deal with our resolve issue. I think I need 2 plantations, by the way. But we'll sit here for this year and see as we move into the next season. Oh, we're running out of food, by the way. Let's get back on this meat node as much as it's worth. So, we get an epic one. Well, that would have been nice earlier. Chance of producing double yields. That's everywhere, right? I believe so. Yeah, at this point, I'm not really planning to open too many more glades, but the extra does help, but I think we're not really controlling consumption anyway, so we're just going to take without restrictions and hope. It will be appreciated, but how much so? Like I said, I will find out. I think I'm just going to double up on the planks here. It's not like we're producing that many anyway, but we'll do our best. So, yeah, this next seal order is going to be a bit dicey because I haven't really worked on trade routes at all. So here I said I was going to use a lot of planks. The kiln is an interesting pick. It would be very, very helpful for stuff, but I think instead I want to do anything else. So, we didn't get a single cache. I keep seeing that, and that makes me sad, but we'll deal with it. So, we're just not gonna open 4 caches probably, but I should grab the tools as a failsafe because I'm not gonna get tools elsewise, but I could alternatively buy fuel. Yeah, we'll do that instead. Can't really get anything else. Can I? Yeah, I can sneak in 2 pipes by doing this. And we should be good to go for a bit. Oh my goodness, there's only 1 sea marrow node. We can also make a mine and get sea marrow in the meanwhile. Actually, let me just think for a moment. Can't we use salt for something? Biscuits, but we would need flour, which we don't have either. So really, we'd just be using the... If we make a salt mine, we would just be using it for the sea marrow, which is a byproduct anyway. If that's the case, I should just be using the stonecutters camp. We'll put it on top of the salt vein. It's not like we need to make use of it. Never mind. I just talked about not having any caches. Here's 1 cache, but I don't think we even have enough to get 9 at the moment. Unless I sell something. Yeah, the tools cost too much for me. And we don't have any stones to break open the cache, so... Meh. Although we can start making packs of building materials again, so we'll do that. Low on food, yes I know, but not much I can do about it at the moment. And away we go. Yeah, so this storm season's gonna hurt. I don't have anything set up. I can actually make a harvester's camp. I don't know why I haven't. But we'll do it. But we don't have the wood anyway, so let's do this instead. So, let's see what we have on our plate here. Not really a lot. Planting crops is faster, but harvesting them is slower. So, I do want to make another plantation here. Yeah, I think I do want to make another plantation here. If for no other reason than to make sure we make use of everything. There's a human in the woodcutter's camp. There's also a human in the hearth. And we're in pain. So, yeah, I want everything as is. We can pull away from the small fishing hut, and we'll do this. Don't have any free builders, but what am I gonna do, right? We have a lot of sea marrow, by the way, so we'll start burning that instead. But yeah, we're running out of food now. I have a lot of food now, so let's continue cutting. So this is going to be a bit of an interesting... The settlement's going to continue to be interesting, but we'll do our best. So we're just cutting every tree. We're just cutting every tree. We're just cutting every tree. There's so much pain. Yeah, completing that the camp order would help out a little bit, but not too much. It would get us another blueprint. So, when this harpy finishes, we'll have them be a free builder. They're taking a break anyway, so perfect time to take them off. And people are going to start to go hungry. Let's actually boost foxes for the moment. So yeah, this is going to be a really, really unfortunate piece of pain. Do we even have... Oh, we have a berry node over here. And then more algae. I said we're going to use the algae for something. I think it was for fabric, question mark? Yeah. But we'll see. Yeah, we're going to go hungry for a moment. Clearance season is around the corner, but... And I do have a lot of plant fiber. I should just turn that into fabric because we don't have oil anyway. We really only made 59 plant fiber over the last year or so. I guess that does make sense. We'll knock down this stonecutter's camp. And let's get this order done really quickly, but... Is there anything else here? Oh, we need to make use of these fishing huts. There's something else I'm forgetting about. Oh, this. Might as well make that extra human house while we can. But we should also boost our resolve here with the camp. We'll grab another blueprint. I want the blueprint now, but yeah, we'll just sell the plant fiber. Might as well use it for something. We also have extra algae. I was going to use that for something too, but let's just try to get our standing up. And we did not find a single thing. Do we even have... Yeah, we do have something for oil. We can make flour pie finally, but I don't think we really have... Yeah, aside from algae, which is limited for us anyway. We do have another algae pond, but... Can I... I'm going to reroll here. I got every 2-star node, but the thing I needed... I got another 2-star node, but not what I needed. Sorry, that's what I should have said. Can we make anything else here? Clothier, pottery. We do have stuff, but it's unfortunate because I probably should just take this. We can't even make that. We can make crystallized dew. Oh boy. Do I dare reroll again? We're fishing for temple. The game might not be planning to give me that because of the waiting, but hey. Otherwise, trade... I would probably take the smithy. I'm going to reroll one more time. Welp. We can try to make dye, I think, with copper ore, yeah. So maybe we go towards pack of... Alternatively, lumber mill, because planks. Yeah, because now I thought this is the smithy. It was not. Let's take the lumber mill, actually. That would probably help me a bunch. Making use of all of the wood I get would probably help a lot. Knowing that, we don't need to make planks from here anymore, but we do need to continue. Let's actually make lumber mill first. We'll let this harpy deliver both planks, but after that, lumber mill. So we're gonna shove these guys forward a bit. More newcomers. Do I need these newcomers? Or do I need the goods that they give? Kind of. Yeah, we have a problem. We have a complex food problem. I am going to call this trader now. Oh, they don't know complex food goods. I think we have coats and boots here, though, which is what I need for one of these. Yeah, to avoid a resolve hit. 20% chance of destroying the yield, but I think we're just gonna have to power through that. Thankfully, for better or worse, we have without restrictions, but unless it doesn't count. Unless it only counts if I have a double increase, but we'll see. And then, yeah, we're not making enough food, so we're just starving. I think harpies are negative resolve right now. Boy. We're definitely going to use the coats, because otherwise we take a resolve hit in the face during storm season, but after that, probably fabric here, right? Yeah, probably fabric. Now, here's before we have to... There's building materials being asked for later, but we'll see. And yeah, the harpies are in pain. So, we'll do our best, but when this next coat gets used, we should be okay, but until that happens... yeah. So we're okay for the moment. I think we have enough coats for the storm season. We might not, actually. And then... yeah, Sothar here didn't sell any boots, so the foxes are just going to receive a resolve hit. But I want to keep this favor on the foxes for the moment, because I want this extra point. But I do not want to do something else. Let's see here. Maybe I should just make this mine at this point. We'll see. We are harvesting things quite a bit. And you know what? I guess we'll just have this small herbalist camp. Although it's not going to do as much for me. Also, this harvester's camp over here. Harvester's camp? Herbalist camp. Man, I cannot speak. Let's see here. Yeah, so I'll put these harpy houses over here. Yeah, it's a real shame I can't make use of this 2-star mushroom node. Oh, it makes me really sad. But what can I do, right? I think I would have to look in the last video, but I wonder if the game ever offered me the herbalist camp 2-star. But I guess we'll see. That being said, so next year we're definitely cutting into this Forbidden Glade. And that's all I have to say at the moment. No complex food. Yeah, no complex food is going to be very, 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 very painful during this storm season. But hey. Now, with that, I could just use this plant fiber. I can also use algae. That's what I wanted to do. So we'll replace these 2 harpies in the lumber mill and have these harpies work on fabric. And I think we're still going to prioritize bricks for the moment, but we'll enable fabric as the next priority. Copper ore, we're going to set it as priority, but we'll see. And then I think this is a copper ore node, right? So basically I could have gone for copper bars. I do have stones, by the way. I forgot. But yeah, I think we're just going to break open these, if for no other reason than for food. But the resin will help, especially if we make a lot of thingamajiggies. I still want to focus on building materials, but then making coats would be our next order. In fact, it has actually a priority, so we don't take the resolve hit. I can also try to lower hostility somewhere, so that we're not on 2, which is why I'm holding on these newcomers as well. But yeah, not much I can do about it for the moment. Actually, we want to leave this down. The reason why we want to leave these down, I was gonna say something, but I forgot. So we'll let this human work on this part for resolve, if nothing else. And now that we got the resolve point, let's see what else. Okay, well, I guess we take the herbalist camp now. We're gonna shift this then over to this mushroom camp, because we're gonna get more from this mushroom camp than the other thing. I should actually double up here, but it's fine for the moment. Do we have enough coats to last this whole season? I guess we're gonna find out. So, yeah, I definitely want to continue to making planks. Wow, oh, I bought a bunch of planks. That's where these are coming from. I guess we'll do this then. But it's still gonna be low priority. I think they're using bricks here though. But hey. Discover 2 or 3 forbidden glades. Otherwise, in the next Drizzle season, we lose 3 villagers. We can deal with that, because that's why we're just holding on to these... Well, that's not why, but we're holding on to these newcomers, so it's not as bad. Also, though, we're probably going to lose a bunch of foxes here. Man, we're in pain. I don't think... Could I have avoided this? I'm not sure. Oh, we don't have enough provisions for this. Wow, that makes me sad. Yeah, I should have actually... Well... We'll have these foxes work as long as they can, but I don't think it's gonna be as great for me. Also, we continue cutting trees, so it's not like we can lower hostility that much anyway. It would have been nice, though. It would have been nice. So, yeah, not much we can do to help these foxes here. We're just gonna lose a bunch of foxes. I don't want to, but... Do we even have a place we can use? Actually, let me check really quickly. Did I ever get boots, by the way? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. So we have to check recipes instead. The Weaver, which I actually could have made boots in, now that I look at it. Yeah, we should have actually done... We should have actually made boots. My mistake. My mistake. Can't help them anymore now. We're not going to make these boots in time. So we're still probably going to lose like 3 or 4 foxes, but... And then we're going to have 3 villagers die. Because there's no way I'm cutting into a dangerous glade. I mean, I could. I don't think it might be the best decision, though. So we'll replace those foxes come next Drizzle season. And whoever gets killed by the storm, but... We'll see. Those foxes are needed, though. You know what? Yeah, let's just cut into this Forbidden Glade now. It's gonna hurt. This is gonna really hurt me, but... By the time I need to worry about this next thing, I think the Forbidden Glade, I think we'll be okay. Also, we're gonna get a bunch of Blight Rot Cysts, yes, but we should be okay for the year. So, 2 Blight Rot Cysts. Yeah, as I said, we've kind of accounted for this for the moment. So there's the Forbidden Glade. What did we get? A lot of fertile soil and 2-star insect node, which we can't make use of. We can make use of the Harvester's Camp, though. Ow! My tummy! That's the sound of me scratching my tummy. But let's continue onward here. So... Yeah, instead of building materials, we can just sell these bricks. Is this going to be enough to push our standing? No, it's not. Well, we'll still sell it. And yeah, we wait for this next one. Accept this next order now. And then we do have a coat order too, so you know what? Fine. But yeah, we're probably going to do trade routes instead. And yeah, this settlement is going absolutely crazy. But, hey. We can grab more villagers here. We will need them. But the most important thing is we have this. Oh, buddy boy. Use 4 units of a random type of rainwater every 120. So we're not using rainwater, so that's not as bad. But, I mean, while we're sitting here, we might as well just do this. We're losing foxes. Hopefully we don't lose one working on an event here, but... And then, yeah, we're going to get Blight Rot Cyst, but I think we can handle it. Because, again, we'll worry about it next year, basically. If we don't have enough, man, I'm going to be really sad with myself. I guess for that reason, I'm just going to put a Harpy in here, just to be safe. Yeah, we're going to put a Harpy in there just to be safe. And I should actually just have them, yeah, solely focus on making boots. That was my mistake. I didn't think I was getting that much more leather, but hey. But anywho. Then we have more caches here, but not a lot to spare. That being said, so the next thing I would probably want to do, aside from, yeah, so we'll use this human to grab more humans here. We might as well. Tell me we don't somehow, yeah, okay, I was about to say. Though we do need these, we need these villagers soon, but hopefully, do we lose another fox here? We might lose another fox here. That's not good for the impatience either, but we'll deal. And instead, we can put this plantation up here. Now, what's unfortunate about this is that there's a ways of a walk, but we'll just have to deal with it. We don't have to deal with it, actually. We can put this warehouse up here, but we don't have free builders, so hey. I probably should just do the thingy now. Yeah, I should probably just do some stuff now. Oh, we don't have enough berries. Well, I guess we cancel that. So we'll put this human in this plantation still, but we need to give it something else. Probably the mushrooms, but we can't control the mushroom. But we're getting the mushrooms the most first, so... pain. Do we lose an extra fox? We'd probably lose an extra fox here. That makes me sad. Well... Scout, that was the one I did not want to lose. And then we lose 2 farmers and another fox. Large baskets, though. Yeah, we're just going to take large baskets. And we're going to treat it like we just got some more villagers here. Actually, we go for that. We go for the 6. And then... Actually, let's put... As I said, let's put a fox and try to recruit more. Now we need more people. But we'll see. Yeah, we lost farmers, that's right. So actually... Where did all my things go? I do want to make use of both farms. We actually just don't have enough. Do we have enough? Yeah, we do actually have enough. There are 2 humans on both hearths. That's why it seems like I don't have enough. So doing that, will this help at all? I'd rather put a harpy on the hearth. And let's make this next plantation here. While we have the thingamajigs, and we can't make use of all the farm fields, so we'll just do that. So we don't have temple. So the next best thing we can do is probably just use all of our plant fiber to make fabric. Shrug, that's all I can really say. But after making these boots, because boots are the first order of business. So... I think we can stop using bricks to make building materials. In fact, we just continue making coats here. And we don't have anyone making planks. We don't need more planks at the moment, but if we're gonna make use of our time, I should consider it. I could have avoided this by not doing a thing, but hey. But the temple would be really appreciated right now. If that's the case, I should have actually been burning oil in the meantime. But hey, as it turns out, we need the purging fire instead. So, you know what? Well, instead of making planks, we'll use it to make burning fire. No food. because we're using all of our mushrooms to grab more villagers at the moment, or trying to anyway. That being said, so what we're gonna do is just have these woodcutters camp, just avoid glades while cutting. And we'll see how much we get. 50% more production from the thingy. We're not actually sitting on a lot of amber value, but it's the most we can do right now. So hopefully that, again, I should have actually checked. 10% higher chance of producing double yields, and if I'm not already producing double yields somewhere, then maybe, I mean, except for obviously base things like 10% chance, but what I'm trying to say is I don't, like, these harpies here don't have a 20% chance. So maybe it's an 11% chance, like, because it's 10%, but it's additive and not, it's not additive, it's multiplicative, is what I'm trying to say. Is what I'm thinking. But hey, we'll see. So, we're probably going to go for standing level, funny enough. We do have a bunch of packs of provisions, but yeah, we would need to be selling things. Can we even? Coats, bricks again, which we can make use of. So yeah, we're probably going to go for the Golden Blood order. And I don't know how many more bricks we have. I know I'm not making as many. Never mind, we have a bunch of bricks. We'll wait until near clearance season. I'll try to remind myself of that, but again, I'm keeping an eye on all of these farms. And we don't have anyone to make this warehouse. I should actually free up someone to do so. Yeah, we'll free up this harpy. Because we do want to make stuff around. Now, this next storm season is going to be painful again, but if Sahilda brings back complex food, we should... Well, not complex food. Sorry, never mind. We should have the clothing. We should have the clothing. But yeah, we're going to hold for a moment because... We're going to hold for a moment. We also... Yeah, that's right. We're getting a bunch of mushrooms. I should have actually doubled up on this, but I think we'll be fine. I think it's fine for the moment. We're getting a lot of mushrooms, though. Which reminds me, I have yet to make this cookhouse, which I should have made earlier. I will deactivate it, but I don't... Yeah, we have mushrooms, and we would need to grab berries to make skewers. Primarily for the foxes, but... Instead... Oh, we don't even have any water. That's right, I forgot. I guess we do make skewers. Mushrooms and berries. Assumably. That's not going to help me too much. I would like... Oh, no. It doesn't matter for the farms. It doesn't matter for the farms. That's right. I'm thinking of the storm... So this... what I'm thinking is the cold front... Yeah, cold front affects the production... production. And you're not producing anything in the farms except for clearance season. Am I getting that right? Well, we're going to find out. So... we do need this cookhouse, though. I do need this cookhouse. But we're not getting newcomers for a long while. So... Instead... We do still have a bunch of leather. We don't have any scales, though. So, at a certain point, we are going to run out of things, but we'll sell these bricks. And I don't want to sell these coats, but we'll do it for the amber. If for no other reason, then... And now we can make more coats and more leather, but that's not going to happen. So what I can do is turn off this mushroom. Turn off mushroom production here. Yeah, I guess I'll do that, but we'll wait. So when they deliver these mushrooms, we'll have them stop. That way we can get more out of this mushroom node during the drizzle seasons. Although, that's right, so we don't have housing right now. We can make more housing. It's going to be a lot of harpy housing because we have a bunch of fabric, but next would probably be human housing, because I have bricks and planks for the moment. And we have a lot of free workers. That being said, though, we can put them in the cookhouse, because we can finally make things. Now, we're going to be eating into our mushrooms, but while we can make it, we might as well just try our best. And we'll make paths in the meanwhile, I guess. So path this way, path this way. Yeah, we do our best. We can make... oh, never mind. That's a 2-star. I'm going crazy. We have a lot of algae, by the way. Kind of unfortunate because... oh, yeah, and then we immediately ate all the mushrooms. So, you know what? That's fine. We can kind of starve for the moment. Oh, that's because we just brought a bunch of skewers. So, you know what? I guess we will be continuing to use mushrooms here. But we will also... one, we need to make another harpy house, if possible. Another human house probably instead, but we'll see. Oh, because we have... actually, these foxes need the shelter instead. Here's Sahilda. Hi. So we're going to try to save on Amber. Ooh. So I would actually like this small farm because... not just the veg... I think primarily the grain. The grain for porridge for humans. Humans and foxes? Hold on, let me just check really quickly. Yeah, humans and foxes. That does mean I need to make a thingy, but I need to make a rainwater engine, but we should be able to do that. Otherwise, don't we have a 2-star? No. No, yeah, we already have enough. Unless I'm going to cut into another Forbidden Glade, which is something that I would probably want to do for a seal order, but I think we can do the Amber one instead. Am I going crazy? I feel like I'm going crazy. Anywho. Food production speed. Does this count farm? I can't remember. Otherwise... yeah, it's the only cash available. I would probably just end up buying food here instead. We don't have any salt. Alternatively, I could just turn a bunch of this stuff into all of my building materials into amber, essentially. But we'll see about that. I could also sell some of my parts, but if I'm going to be making rainwater... I'm thinking. We have a lot of building materials. We can make a lot of building materials. So first and foremost, I'm kind of doing a thing with my hands right now, but... I'm sitting here looking at this because this is kind of important. I could just buy food ingredients to make complex food. The reason I do that is to avoid the storm penalty, because skewers are only going to help the foxes at the moment. The harpies are just going to completely destroy things during the production cycle, but not much else I can do. Except for obviously disable all harpies, but that's... I don't think that micromanagement is worth me... I mean, it is worth it in terms of numbers, but I still want to be making things during the storm, I think, is what I'm trying to say. But maybe that's not worth... maybe it's not worth it. Because that applies to everything. It applies to everything. Production is everything. So that includes the skewers I could be making as well. Wow. I think I will buy this. I'm going to buy the small... yeah, I'm going to make the decision to buy the small farm. We're just going to turn all these building materials into amber. Or I could turn them into skewers. The question is basically, do I want to turn all of my building materials into complex food? I should do it anyway. The reason for that is... okay, hold on. I did still want to buy the small farm, but my next worry... so basically, I'm going to turn this plantation into a small farm. I should probably turn it into... I should probably have more small farms. So basically, both of these small farms are going to... or plantation... no, because I have the plantation thing. Maybe I shouldn't have got the small farm. Well, too late now. I mean, in another way, I can think of it as... I have like 3 plantations with 2 plantations because of the cornerstone that is increasing the amount of goods I produce through the plantations. So, in a way, I have 5 farms, if that makes any sense to say. But I could have, instead, 4 plantations working with 50% production yield, but I don't... I want to make porridge, basically. Do I believe in myself? I'll go half and half. So what we're going to do is... we're going to buy enough amber to be about 15. I should... you know what I should have done if I was going to do that, I should do this. And then we're going to get a lot of berries, so I I'm just gonna make the call and get primarily mushrooms instead. Now, here's hoping that the villagers don't completely just eat all the mushrooms, but because I don't have any control consumption because of the without thingy-majiggy. If that's the case, so what we can do here instead... Actually, we're going to move this. This is going to cost a plank, but I want them to... Oh my goodness, never mind. I guess we're not doing that. I guess we just lose those berries, but I'm going to put this small farm here. We'll move this as well. That costs a plank, but... Yeah, this is going to be really weird. Hopefully, maybe they can harvest these still, but I don't think so. So, for the moment... Oh, that's right. We can make more woodcutters camp. Now, my hostility is shooting through the roof, but not much else I can do if I want to make use of all this space, essentially. Actually, I shouldn't be. So, with that said... you know what? I'm going to sacrifice oil here for a moment. Let's just speed this up, kind of. But... Let's see, is there anything else? Any more space? Technically, I could have the woodcutters work over here. Yeah, you know what? We're going to have you guys walk all the way back over here. We have people taking a break anyway, so... Oh my goodness. Actually, I should just move this, because I don't need it anywhere else at the moment. So I'm not really planning to buy anything else, so we'll just do avoid glades. And, yeah, we'll do our best. So, we are getting resolve. I mean, we might be able to get all of our reputation points through resolve, but I don't know if that's really going to happen. Well, yeah, we're going full throttle on selling plant fiber. Was that from the thing? That was from Gore 2, wasn't it? Well, yeah, no. Yeah, so we need one of these to do a thing, which is not going to happen, because I don't have algae, and I don't have luxury goods. I could pay 5 amber, but I don't think I want to do that. I guess we'll see. Where did all this coal come from? I think it came from an event. And we should actually make another park and another thingamajiggy. Thank goodness we finally have an efficient building to make planks. I think I still want to continue... Never mind, I lied. Yeah, we'll save this... No, we should turn it into planks. Yeah, we should turn it into planks. Although we are just burning a lot of stuff on purging fire. In fact, we have more than enough. So with that said... We'll do that. We'll, yeah, let's just start. We'll put a limit on this. We'll leave it at 60, but I need to remember about that, because if I don't, sadness happens. Also, are we even making enough coats at the moment? No, we're not. We can slowly do so, but at a certain point, we're going to run out of resin. Where are we even getting resin from? Hold on, let me ask that question really quickly. We were getting it from something. I don't know what, but hey. Now, my next question is, are we going to be able to burn these system time? Because they could appear anywhere else, which means the walk is going to be quite terrible for me. But I guess we'll see, won't we? Oh, we don't have any humans. Oh, because we should do them. Make use of these humans here. And then we'll knock these plantations down. We could split the farm fields 50-50 still, but... so we can finally make flour, if I so choose. I wanted to make the thing instead. What do I actually need? Dye. That's what I want. Because I can turn the copper ore into dye, which I can use to make coats. I could also get 3-star porridge. And we do need the complex food. We still need the clothing, though. I would rather suffer under the clothing result, or suffer under cold front than cloudburst, because if I lose resolve, we directly lose villagers. So you know what? Yeah, manufactory. Now we do need people to man the manufactory, but that will be a... We'll worry about that as it happens. These 2 humans were supposed to go somewhere, weren't they? I feel like they were. I guess it's too late now. So... if nothing else, we can just have 1 harpy working on this manufactory. That should be fine. If it's not fine, we'll see. I don't think I'm going to be making copper ingots. So, copper ingots? I'm going crazy. Anywho. We also do need this shelter as well. So, you know what? We're actually suffering. When we run out of housing, which we were going to. So, thankfully, we dealt with that. But yeah, we definitely need coats as well. I said I was going to... That's right. The next thing I needed to make was a rain collector. So we will actually get that. But first we'll let the villagers work on other stuff. And so we need Fron and Mothri standing levels up. Oh, they want me to sell codes. We can wait for building materials. Otherwise I can just sell all of my plant fiber again. But I think I'd rather do this. So we'll sell 1 coats. The other trade route should finish during storm season. Oh, I have 3 more. I have 2 more seal orders left after this. That makes me so sad. We also have a lot of human house. Yeah, these biscuits are not going to get made, by the way. But in the meanwhile, so porridge is probably going to be wheat instead. We can leave skewers on because we have a race that's benefiting from them. If for no other reason... Actually, you know what? We'll do anything else. So no rain punk. We're not using rain punk, so funny enough, not being affected by that. You know what I forgot to make this whole time? This beacon tower. It's not like I'm doing some Spur the Queen challenge, so I should actually just make this beacon tower. And yeah, it would be nice to get out of this resolve. We have another point that can be finished from coats, but they don't want to make these coats. We're gonna run out of coats to make, by the way. So yeah, anywho. And yeah, hostility is low. Yeah, hostility is lowering due to burning cysts, because we have baptism of fire, which is gonna slap us in the face again. But until that moment happens, let's see. Yeah, we want to make use of this, but unfortunately, yeah, I wasn't actually making a lot of building materials, so whoops. But also dye, because we're gonna start making dye in a hot moment. Actually, if that's the case. I don't want to accept these villagers yet, because I don't want to push the harpies over. We can do so in a bit, but not quite yet. So yeah, we're gonna sit on these building materials. We can slow down on the plank production. Again, I want to hold on to this wood. I shouldn't really, though. But I'm not planning to cut any more trees. I guess I should just turn it all into planks, though. I can also make trade goods instead, so it's not like I need to continue making packs of building materials. Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. So, unfortunately, I'm not making anything else, but I can... Actually, I don't want to use dye. So I had I had the Druid's Hut. I should just make use of this now then. We need a lot of harpies, is what I'm trying to say. So, knowing that, if there are any more harpies not really doing as much, I mean, we are still cutting trees here and there, but that's not my primary concern. You can also make tea, but I think I want to primarily do oil, if for no other reason than to increase the production speed everywhere. So, yeah, we still didn't make enough building materials, but we'll sell what we have. Will that push us? No, it won't. But it's the best we've got, and I could just sell a bunch of plant fiber. We will be getting more anyway. Yeah, we'll be getting more anyway. And then we'll accept the villagers now. Basically, so I said I want a lot of harpies. We'll do that. And we just used up all of our harpies. So we'll lower the threshold here until I need to make a service building. Note that I have not made a single service building yet. I probably need I probably want to make 2 Druid's Huts. And as I said, I should have actually manned the rain collector here, but yeah, not much else to think about. Increase the working speed after discovering a small glade. Every 10 planks give me 3 barrels. Or 40 water skins for reputation points, which I'm going to be getting. I don't plan to make too many more planks, so... Hey, buddy. But otherwise, let's open up this porridge, because, yeah, I should actually make 2 rain collectors. Knowing myself. And the consumption I'm using, so let's do that. I could also be making use of this mine here. Maybe I should. I'll think about it. So, we could also make more housing. We're missing some resolve here and there. If nothing else, it opens up the smaller shelters for foxes later on. But it would behoove me to make more harpy houses, basically. 2 harpy houses and 2 human houses, I think, is the balance I'm going to go for. Oh my goodness, I'm so lazy. Otherwise, so anything else? Yeah, we'll just leave this woodcutter's camp active. We have another druid's hut, but I'm not making use of it anywhere. I don't really need all this resolve, so you know what? We're going to put these foxes in the weaver instead, and this human in the manufactory, and we'll just go completely crazy on trying to make oil. So let's start burning oil, sacrificing it, specifically. We should be able to hit standing level 2. It's probably not going to happen this year, though. Man, our years are pushing up, though. More hostility would really, really, really help out. Although putting a harpy in this blight post would also help out. So as I said, I didn't want to continue... Yeah, and since we're not... Actually... I shouldn't have done that. We'll make purging fires, that's what I'm trying to say. We'll cap it at 7 for the moment. And rip boots. So, that's partly because I think I interrupted the boot production, but... we'll do our best. No free builders. Whoops, no more no more housing being made. When this mushroom node runs out, we can never mind that harpy's resting. Well, if we can't use these last 4 charges, I will be a bit sad. But for the moment. And yeah, my next question is whether or not we're going to be able to plant. Our planting speed is increased, but it's the other thing I'm worried about. I should consider actually adding another. Yeah, let's do it. Didn't get anything. Can I do it again? I'm going to do it one more time. And trade goods. So, might as well do our best here. Yeah. It can be either or, but having both available to hit level 2 standing would probably help out a bunch. Is what I'm trying to say. Are you taking a break too? Kinda. It looks like you are. Oh, you're delivering. Well... I did not get a single service building, didn't I? No, I didn't make a single service building. We have this beacon tower. I'm probably going to use it for the next 3 years. So, yeah. Trade routes are faster. I don't particularly need that at the moment. In fact, I should probably use the chest of farming tools instead right now. Even though that, well, I just talked about 2 different... bell effects, bell abilities that don't coincide with each other, but you get the point, I think. Are we really not able to use all this farmland? Huh. Well, we are not making any trade goods because I don't have enough people making trade goods, apparently. What I will do, though, is get people making the things again. Also, we can switch the coat production to use dye. Actually, it should be resin prioritized first, but you get the point. And out of curiosity, how much more clay do I have? We are slowly running out. Also, pottery. There was a reason I wanted to make pottery. I forgot, though. But if basically we have infinite fabric, so I should instead switch this to primarily fabric. But we can make the rest of our... We can use the rest of the bricks now. Planks, though, I definitely want to refund. Did I use copper ore for dye? I did. But we're not really planning to make copper... The other copper anyway. I could sell the rest of the oil, but I would rather do... I guess we have, right? No, we don't have to. We can sell more bricks, or we can sell more oil. Actually, that permanently adds a slot. So you know what? I will use my amber here. I could go absolutely insane. I guess I will. I don't need these parts until I do, but you get the point. Otherwise, I guess we cut into a dangerous glade next. This dangerous glade here. I can think about it. Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. So, sorry, Fox. I'm going to have you walk back towards this woodcutter's camp. But let's plan to cut into this forbidden glade next. Again, that hurts my hostility, but we'll deal. Not a single service building, eh? Although I do need porridge. This would allow me to make more efficient porridge, which would help. And having two separate buildings working on two separate complex foods would be helpful to say. We'll take the beanery. I really hope I get a service building though, because boy, so if you didn't know, I just got the next upgrade to level up the hearth level to 3, and I'm not able to do that at the moment for obvious reasons. Oh, I can't move this anymore. I just realized, but anywho. Any more 2-star nodes? Otherwise, we should probably make use of this reed field instead. And I don't need to knock this down, but it would be nice. Having some gathers will probably still benefit me. Now, is anyone taking a break? Yes, so we can take away a harpy and put them in this harvester's camp. Alternatively, the beanery as well, but we'll deal with that when we get there. Otherwise, we also have salt, and note that we also have wheat, so we could be making flour, if we can make flour, but to make biscuits, which, hey, we do need for an order at some point, but we'll think about that later. And yeah, let's just sell all these parts. We are gonna be missing some... We need packs of provisions now. But that's not gonna happen either. So. Wow. 2 harpies with every newcomers. And I do want harpies. Yeah, I'm gonna grab more harpies. Let's see here. HARPIES robots, but let's just grab boots and clothes. Primarily boots, sorry, because I know I will need the thing. And I should just be getting amber instead. Because you never know, right? Anywho. So hopefully we can kind of stave off some things. We're missing boots still, but we are making coats. Is there anything else I'm worried about? Yeah, complex food and clothing. Neither of which, yeah, the harpies are gonna suffer from production decreasing, but what can I do, right? I mean, I know what I can do, but you get the point, I think. And I think we only need, yeah, we should only need 1 harpy to deal with all of this, all of these cysts here. So yeah. Yeah, thank goodness I have some hostility reduction, because these harpies are going to suffer during the storm, resolve-wise. Now, as for everything else... Reputation threshold. I should push the harpies instead. But I think I'll just stick with it. These newcomers are not going to benefit at the moment, but... So basically, in year 7, we will be... 1, the video is probably going to end, but 2... If I want to sell less oil, I could sell to more 3 instead. Yeah, I probably want to do that. And we'll just barely push it. Oh, we need to sell some more oil. We'll do that. But, yeah, we should be able to do the seal order soon. And as I just mentioned to myself earlier, yeah, you know what? We'll push harpies for the moment. I was also supposed to make this beanery. So basically, when this actually, I'll put this box in here now, so we can focus on making porridge. in the beanery. We can disable this. But we still want to make skewers. Yeah, we still want to make skewers, I think. Now, we're going to lose all of our mushrooms, but that should be fine. Oh, we're barely off. But we have more harpies anyway. We'll get more reputation from harpy blue resolve. But, come the storm, we do want to remove the thing. And in fact, I think we'll be at blue resolve anyway, but we'll push harpies here still. Yeah, that if we had an extra reputation point, we would have been able to push. But you know what? We'll just do it now because we're about to suffer from the storm anyway. And yeah, we'll burn 18 cis. We'll complete 3 trade routes in due time, but unfortunately, we won't hit the next reputation threshold to do the thing immediately. What I can do is do something different. Okay, well, I forgot. I completely forgot what the next seal order might be, so hopefully we figured that out. Productions move slower to have 50% chance of destroying production yields. I'm just going to power through that. I'm just going to power through it and do my best. So... yeah, we'll power through it and do our best. So we have the shelter season. Let's just do some rearranging. I'll even speed up the storm season because there's nothing else we're going to do at the moment. I shouldn't need all this space, but I'm just going to neatly put them there. And I'm probably going to cut into this dangerous glade. I guess we're going to find out. Otherwise, we'll have you guys come back. Oh, wait, we're having you avoid glades. Oops. I should have just had them on marked trees, but it's too late now. So we'll do that instead, is what I'm trying to say. We'll put the woodcutter's camp closer to the hearth. If for no other reason than to open up space. I don't need to be cutting any more trees, but if we're going to be cutting trees, I'd rather cut closer to... actually, no, never mind. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I should have done something different. What do I get here? Purging. I know I get more purging... oh, actually, +1 to purging fire production. That's kind of important to take now. Temple. Nope. Kiln. Instead for coal. I really should take kiln in this case, but I can alternatively work on making a bunch of dye instead. I'm gonna reroll at least one more time here. Never mind, I lied. I'm gonna reroll one more time. My amber! Okay. That was worth it. Paid about 600 amber to get a temple. I say it's worth it. Because this is going to shoot down the thingy. In fact, I forgot what I was going to say. Anywho. We will, however, continue to use these trade routes because... hold on, let me just complete the seal order first. Amber. So yeah, well, we need the amber. We do need the amber. Oh, that's right. Our next thing... oh, well, if we get the temple set up, I think we're going to go for the reputation order. So I know, obviously I know what orders exist in the seal. For those who don't know, the seal orders are never truly random. You know what they're going to be. Also, we don't have a lot of things anyway. That makes me a bit sad. But we'll sell the trade goods. Might as well sell something. And making more, we could make more trade goods. So, reed production would have been interesting for the 2-star node, but we don't need it. And let me just make sure. Actually, let me take a quick look at our buildings. Because I don't actually think... yeah, we have a lot of warmth things. Although, basically more harpies, more harpies. The reason why I say more harpies is because, as I mentioned earlier, we have pseudo-infinite production. Yeah, that pushes my hostility up to an insane level. But I think we have a bunch of oil, too, that should be... oh, that's right. Sacrifices are blocked. So, forget what I just said. But, we might lose a few villages. I shouldn't have gone gung-ho there, but I think we'll be fine. If we leave some people open, I think we'll still be fine. We're probably going to lose a few villagers here, but yeah, I really should not have done that. But I feel like we should be fine. Also, I should just take a quick peek. Nope, can't make incense. Can make scrolls, but at what cost? Plant fiber and dye. Actually, you know what? So if I don't need any more planks, we're going to turn these scrolls. We'll use the wood first, but then we'll use the thing second, and then we'll make scrolls. Or try to make scrolls. We're making a bunch of dye. Yeah, we're gonna be in super pain. We just lost some effects here. Why are we taking so much hostility hit? Is it the it's the earth. Whoops, sorry. I didn't make the kiln, did I? So why am I sacrificing coal instead? So whoops, sorry. Sorry, I forgot. Please. Oh, that being said, did we get anything? No, we didn't really get that much. Yeah, let's burn some things. Hey, yeah, I know. Don't die. We did lose quite a lot of people here, by the way. Builder, beanery worker, blight rot cyst appeared, but we should still be able to handle it. No one should die is what I'm trying to say. Cook. High corruption. But we should be fine for the moment. And before we move into the next season, let us use our trade routes again. That was not good, though. I should not have lost as many villages as I did. But, hey. And let's double time on this sacrificing here, because that would help for the temple. We'll take this blueprint, but I promise this is the end of the video. So, I could take extra amber. We're not making it, yeah, you know, it was a duplex price contract. And with that said, so I said I was going to cut into this thingy. You might not, actually, especially if I have more over here. Yeah, and I don't want to risk pushing my hostility at the moment. I could have used this beacon tower, but I'll consider that next time. But we should be able to close out this settlement. It's still gonna be a bit hard though, because I do not yeah, I don't have a sting. I don't have my reputation, so maybe I have to look to cut towards Forbidden Glades. I think there are only like 3 left in this map, and they're quite far away. Well, this one's a bit closer, but still I have to cut through a bunch of glades to do so. Never mind, 4 Forbidden Glades, but still I have to cut a long ways to do so. That being said, I think this year I'm about to get the Forbidden Glade effect anyway, so maybe I should think about cutting closer to this Forbidden Glade. Yeah, you know what? I'll consider that. Hopefully Jordan doesn't forget. But yeah, without further ado, not really much else to say. If you have anything to say, you know what to do. If you want to support me, you know what to do. You know, subscribing, even just leaving comments, watching, or listening to the video to its entirety will help. But yeah, without further ado, not going to take up much more of your time. Thank you for watching. This is a long video. Also because I didn't do a lot of videos in the past 2 days. But hey, I'll see you later. Thank you for watching. Bye.